Hi everyone, today we'll be going over the gi4000 in service. This will include discussing all 4 methods as well as different troubleshooting tips. The first thing that you'll want to do is place the gi4000 ESU on a stable surface, whether it's a tabletop, endo cart, travel cart, or boom. The next thing you'll want to do is plug in the power cord to appropriate wall outlet. The next thing that we'll do is power the unit on. You'll notice that the unit goes through a series of different audible checks as well as flashing screens. We call this the POST, the Power On Self-Test. Make sure that you don't touch the touch screen, the water flow, or the foot switch while the unit is going through the POST check. The first thing that the unit powers onto is Monopolar coag for your everyday standard polypectomy procedures. We have 7 different modes in Monopolar, ranging from touch soft down to cut, and all the blended waveforms in between. You'll notice on the screen that it goes from blue to yellow. We changed the foot pedal to be power and water so that the cut and coag is now selected on the screen. The tissue blocks here are a good visual representation of the 7 different modes. You'll notice in touch soft that it's more coagulation, and as you tap down in different outputs, you're blending in more cut. As you tap up, you're blending in more coagulation or hemostasis. The research-based power default setting is listed above each mode. You'll notice that each accessory will work for that default power setting. The research-based power default setting works for either of the accessories shown. If you want a more specific power setting for the accessory, you would tap the tool. You'll notice that the power changed to 25. If you untap the tool, the default power setting of 20 works for either of the accessories. Let's talk about grounding pads. Both Argon and Monopolar require a grounding pad. You'll notice that we don't have a grounding pad plugged in, so the light remains red. When you tap to Bipolar, the grounding pad light goes away. It's a good indication that you don't need to have a grounding pad applied for Bipolar. Most customers have a dual foil or split grounding pad. When you plug the grounding pad into the unit, the light will stay red. When you plug the dual foil grounding pad into the unit and it's applied to the patient properly, the light will go green. If you unplug the grounding pad and it's applied to the patient, you'll get a warning tone. This just alerts that the grounding pad has been unplugged from the unit. For Monopolar method, we require the use of a reusable Monopolar active cord. You'll plug the Monopolar active cord into the ESU, as well as the other end to the accessory chosen. You'll want to hear it click. You'll verify that it's both plugged into the unit firmly as well as the accessory. The next method that we're going to talk about is Argon. One of the features of the gi4000 is that the patented miniature argon gas canister screws directly into the unit. You'll want to be in Argon mode so that you can fully watch the gas canister icon appear. Turning clockwise, the gas canister will appear on the screen, and after the icon appears, you'll want to give the gas canister anywhere from a quarter to a full turn tighter so that the canister hits the wall and is fully seated. Once the gas canister is installed, it is not intended to be removed until fully depleted. The gi4000 was designed specifically for the gentle anatomy of GI endoscopy. We designed a unique ArcSmart linear argon beam. What this means is that the physician now has the flexibility in turning up the power without the fear of going too deep within the tissue. Our default power setting is 60 and our alternate default is 45. An example of the alternate default would be for something like the right side colon or a thinner walled anatomy area. You can also adjust the power setting up or down with the arrows at the top of the default power setting bar. For our Argon procedure, we require the use of one Arc Connect and one Argon probe. Both are single-use disposable. You'll notice the Arc Connect icon here. For easiest insertion, you'll want to take the Arc Connect with a gloved hand into a bit of water and dab it around the O-ring for easier insertion. You'll also want to place your hand on the back of the gi4000 unit for leverage. When installing the Arc Connect, you'll want to make sure that it clicks into place. The other end of your Arc Connect plugs directly into your standard Argon probe connector. As we increase in power, or watts, the length of the Argon beam increases for the gi4000. As we increase in power, the length of the Argon beam increases for the gi4000, but remains the same for the competition. The gi4000's ArcSmart linear Argon beam length is in blue, and the competition's amplified Argon beam length is in red. The arc distance implies the distance from the tip of the probe to the tissue. The competition's Argon beam increases minimally when the power is increased. After the Argon probe is connected, you'll confirm the default power setting of 60, the gas flow rate of 1.0, and you'll also purge 3 times. Once out of the scope, once after you're through the scope, and a 3rd time in the GI tract. That's how quick the purge sounds. Ideally, you'll want to use a piece of meat on your grounding pad to mimic the mucosa. In a pinch, you can use a banana. As a reminder, Argon is a non-contact modality. What that means is that you do not want the tip of the Argon probe touching the tissue. As a reminder, there's many different variables that impact the final tissue effect. Time of application is key in Argon. There are a couple of different techniques that they use Argon for. The first would be painting. This is where they would use the tip of the Argon probe as a paintbrush, and they would move the scope back and forth to cover more area. The second technique would be spot welding, and this is where they would treat small little bleeds with quick bursts of Argon. The third method that we'll talk about today is bipolar. You'll notice that the grounding pad light went away for bipolar. A grounding pad is not needed when in bipolar. The return electrode is built into the tip of the bipolar probe. You'll take your single plug bipolar probe and plug it directly into the gi4000 ESU. After the lavage is loaded into the sterile water bottle, you'll want to open the pump head fully. We recommend using STERIS 1561 tubing. That tubing would align with the 3.2 dials on the side of the pump head. You can always adjust the pump head for different tubing. Locate the arrows on the flexible roller section of the tubing. Load the tubing into the pump head. Pull up, shut the pump head, and the arrow indicates the flow of the irrigation. The default for the flow rate is 3. It can be adjusted upwards of 6. You can enter standby mode by touching the button on the screen or by the foot switch. This allows the physician to continue irrigating without accidentally activating the power. The menus on the screen align with the plugs on the front of the unit. The setup instructions are listed on each screen.